Welcome back to another episode of Just One Fern. Lucas and I are in person for the first time ever in the history of this show. And we've almost been doing it a year. This is crazy. We are in Nashville. Thank you so much to them for letting us use this incredible facility. It's amazing. I mean, this looks fantastic. We need to get more decorations, but I mean, we have the iconic Troy Bolton jersey. We have the amazing Utica Club beer. Please sponsor us. And our incredible logo done by Miss Olivia Connor.
And the screen print of this, on camera, it looks great. Up close, it is really pixelated.
Very pixelated. It is I got it from Amazon, so Amazon can eat it.
Yeah, fuck you, Bezos.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Baby Bezos is a baby bitch. So today on our episode, we have Matt Frederickson. It was an amazing interview with him. I actually was stunned by he took a shot at you one time.
Yeah.
About your ability to shape the shape of a woman.
We did a bit where I was just like describing like a silhouette, and so I went like this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he was like,
"You look." He's like, "You're pretty good at that." You'll hear what he says. It's very funny. Not to spoil it, but it is what it is.
But no, don't watch it because Aaron just described the whole thing to you.
Yeah, watch the interview. It's amazing. But yeah, Lucas, you're here.
I'm here.
I haven't seen you since college ended.
Yeah, the apocalypse.
It has been a long, long time. I am so glad that you are here.
Thank you. I flew down and
I took a plane.
And boy, are my arms tired. You know that joke?
No.
I said that to you. Don't.
No.
See, that's crazy to me. I said that to Cassie on the way over. Also,
did she not know it?
She doesn't know it either. So the joke is that I flew.
Yeah.
So I flapped my arms hard enough that I flew. My arms are tired.
You ruined it the minute that you almost said plane. So like it already.
Oh, it was already bad. No, I knew that. Well, that's not the point of the joke.
Already terrible.
The point is that it's a bad joke. If any of you have seen Hook, one of the better movies of the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Robin Williams.
He says, "I'm taking a plane." And then his whole company says to him, "Don't let your arms get tired." And that's a Robin Williams movie. So
yeah,
I'm just going to say,
I do love Robin Williams. So.
If Robin Williams thought it was okay, then
that's true.
Good enough for me.
That's a good way to think about it. But Lucas, we did something the other day that's kind of unthinkable. I don't know why
I
we
wish
did it.
we didn't do it.
I still to this day, and by this day I mean, what was it, 2 days ago that we did this? I am still down bad. My stomach is still in pain. I still don't feel good. So for those of you who don't know, because we haven't put out the video yet, I don't know when we're going to put it out. Lucas and I did the Giannis Antetokounmpo 50 chicken nuggets challenge. And we each individually had to finish 50 chicken nuggets.
We roll up to McDonald's and we go, can I get 100 chicken nuggets and a small fry?
And a small fry.
and small fry.
This lady, you could hear, she audibly goes, 100? We were like, yes, I'm so sorry. It's terrible. I felt so bad for them. But I mean, if it's going to be anything, like imagine ordering 100 burgers. That's a million times worse. 100 nuggets, they just got to throw it in the box. Like, they have 100 nuggets ready to go. So like,
there's no way they counted them either.
No.
I'm assuming we ate the amount.
I'm assuming I didn't. Spoiler alert. So I guess if you haven't watched it,
Aaron made it a little short.
I was a little short.
But Cassie picked up the rest of it.
Yeah, Cassie ate the rest of it. Lucas's girlfriend Cassie is here. She's behind the camera right now. We are going to have a one-on-one battle.
A duel of the fates, if you will. If
you all remember way back to our true fans that have been here since the beginning, Cassie and I had a bit of a falling out before even meeting. And it was about crypto and astrology. Yep. So it was two topics that everyone knows and loves.
Yeah.
But it was a battle of hatred, I do have to say. It was I led with hate and anger instead of leading with love and compassion. That is my fault.
Yeah. Well, Aaron did put the first foot down.
I did.
You came at her.
Listen, I sometimes do things and then afterwards I'm like, oh, probably shouldn't have done that. And that was one of the moments. But the thing is, once I do that, this is my problem. Once I do that, I have to stick with it. I can't let go of my ego.
You're stubborn.
Yeah, because I'm in Aries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're telling me you know a little bit about
one
astrology
could say that I studied for this exam. And I'm ready to take her on in this battle.
Good. Because we have a quiz.
We have a quiz.
A battle of the very, very popular genres of crypto and astrology that everybody loves and knows very well.
Yes. And so I know everyone's so excited for that. It's going to be pretty incredible.
I'm nervous, personally, because I know
it could get bad.
I know both of you very well.
Yes.
And I know that both of you are, how do I say this lightly?
Hot-headed?
Yeah. It's, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, you light a fire under my butt and I'm going.
You're a rocket.
Yeah, I don't just sit in that fire. I
don't let my
butthole get burnt. I immediately start running. That's just...
He ran today a lot.
I did. Yeah, I ran through Walmart. It was actually the nicest Walmart I've ever been to, but it was a low-ceiling Walmart.
What?
Weird.
Like
I looked up and I saw the ceiling. You never see the ceiling in Walmart. You look up, you only see fluorescent lights.
256 blocks.
It's Sky High the movie.
That's a good movie.
It's a fantastic movie. Let's break down that movie real quick, okay? Just let me say this. This movie, one of the most brilliant movies of all time.
Bold, but I'm on board.
Because it's about the kids going to high school as if they're super... That's amazing. What other shows do that?
About kids going to high school?
No, kids going to high school with superpowers.
Oh, well, you have the classics like Ned's Declassified.
Oh, that's
Boy Meets World.
Show. But those are shows, not movies.
And those are shows, not movies.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
So my point still stands, I think.
No, you're right. By the way, I just want to say that I am saying that Ned's Declassified and Boy Meets World, they both have superpowers.
Yeah, they honestly really do.
But as far as movies go, I don't think so. I would say the closest thing I can think of is Encino Man.
Never heard of that. What is that?
You don't, Aaron. Fuck you.
What?
Fuck you.
What do you mean? What is it?
It's Encino Man. It's the best movie of all time. It's Sean Astin and that guy from Encino Man, and they dig up the other guy from Encino Man. I can't remember any of their names. Brendan Fraser.
What's he been up to? He's not looking great.
No. Hollywood did him dirty. But what they do is they're digging a pool and they dig up a big old ice cube. And who is inside it but Brendan Fraser as a caveman?
No.
They melt him and they bring him to high school.
That's just the worst.
I haven't told you about this?
I mean, that's just the worst.
You don't know this?
No.
You think it's bad?
Yes. They bring a caveman to high school?
And he assimilates. And his big thing is he likes boobies. So that's
so it's a relatable movie. It's a relatable movie.
He's just like me, man. We haven't changed in thousands of years. Even he likes boobies.
That's terrible. That's such an awful idea for a movie.
Well, you should watch it and love it.
I'll watch it. I will definitely watch it.
Yeah. All right, Aaron. Thank you, first of all, for having me down. I've been having a great time.
Yeah.
And chauffeuring me all around town.
I am your chauffeur. That's for sure.
Now, what's one of the stranger things that's been happening since we've been down here is Aaron keeps turning on his seat heat.
Something's wrong. Something is wrong. I'm convinced Lucas is doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it the whole time.
No!
And I didn't say anything.
Knew it. I literally, it is 95 degrees in Nashville right now.
So
I am sitting in my chair. All of a sudden, I'm like, why is my ass on fire? Why am I so incredibly hot right now? It's because my seat heater is on high.
Every time you would be like, all right, I'm turning left. And I go, pop. And I wouldn't say anything.
No.
And I just wait.
But then you started saying like, oh my God, why is that on? Like, yeah. And I'd be like, why is that on?
Because I knew you were convinced at some point he mentioned it. And I was like, fuck, he's on
I was going through like mental trauma, like literally thinking through the entire like process. All right, I step into the car. Does my leg hit it? Like when I shift into gear, does it hit that? I couldn't figure it out.
My good trick is I was turning it on as we were leaving the car. So when we got back in the car, once you start driving around, you wouldn't notice it was already on to begin with.
That's brilliant. That is sneaky as fuck, but that is brilliant.
And it is awfully hot. Like I mean, we would open the doors and wait for it to cool off. We'd blow the
It's
air
high
conditioning.
humidity heat right now. It's really, really fucking bad. And I can't believe I was sitting on a seat that was being heated. That's terrible.
We went to Top Golf.
Yes.
And we got really hot there.
We do.
And
need to talk
that
about
probably
Top Golf.
like fucked you up the worst.
It really did. I honestly felt like I was going to pass out. I know like last episode I was making fun of my sister for almost passing out on a Segway, but I literally almost passed out. It was so incredibly
Driving
hot.
us.
No, not driving.
Oh, okay.
Not
God.
driving you. Sorry. When we were at Top Golf. Because when you're outside, they have fans, but it's just blowing the hot air more.
It's not
like
good.
It's just making you warmer, honestly. So like when we were there, I started off by drinking 2 beers. Should have had water instead.
Yeah. They gave
That
us a
was the
lot of
mistake.
water though, which was nice.
They did.
But if you had to remember to drink it.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But let's talk about Top Golf. Lucas is really goddamn good.
I've been practicing and I didn't tell him.
He's extremely good. Cassie also kicked my ass. I was terrible last round. The only time I was good is when
I accidentally shot 2 shots for him.
Yeah, Lucas accidentally shot 2 shots for me, and he got me 8 points. And then I was like,
off.
fine, I'll just shoot 2 for you. And so I shot 2 for him and got him 10 points.
You did really good.
And it was my best shots of the day. My best shots of the day. After that, I was atrocious. It was terrible the whole entire time. I'm very
that
upset
wasn't
about
fair.
it.
And you'd been before
Yeah.
too. You knew what you're doing.
I'm not good at golfing.
You're like showing us what
I am
the
not
ropes.
good at golfing. I
I
don't
will
know
say,
why.
have you been golfing?
Yeah, I'm kind of traumatized because one of my best friends from high school, I went golfing with him one time. I think I was a sophomore in high school, and he had just gotten a brand new driver. It was like $200 or $300. Okay.
Okay.
And we went golfing, and I had a pair of my dad's clubs. So they were like kind of crappy old clubs, and I was using them. I was like, this is fine. And he's like, hey, it was like last hole. It's like, try this driver. And I was like,
All right.
I don't know. I don't know if I should. And he was like, no, come on, try it. I swing, click, hit the ball. I have it like up here in my post swing.
Nice.
And I just hear, and the head of the driver broke.
Oh no.
And it wasn't it was like a crack, like you couldn't put that back together.
Oh, like you broke it.
Yeah,
It wasn't
and
like
so
it fell off.
I still feel terrible to this day because he was so shocked. He picks it up and just walks away from me. Just walks. We didn't play the rest of the game. Like
He quit?
Yeah, he quit. We walked. He called his parents. He's like, Mom, I don't know how to tell you this. And I told my parents, and I was like, Jesus,
That's his
this
fault.
was bad.
That's his fault. That's not you.
I don't think it was his fault. I told him, I was like, I said, don't let me use it.
Well, it's not your fault. How about that?
It was no one's fault. It was a fluke thing. Like it was.
Oh no, I don't mean like he purposely made it crack. I just mean like
No, yeah, it wasn't my fault.
You told
but it
him
also
you shouldn't
was
use
me
it.
using it. So
but you warned
that
him.
was a bad thing.
Yeah.
on my end.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, I mean, I was decent at Top Golf, but like you get
weren't
tired.
bad. Yeah,
Like,
you
I
get
don't
tired quick.
People are always like, "Oh, golf is just like old white men golf," like, which is usually true.
Yeah.
But like, it's hard. Golf is a hard sport to play.
Well, it looks like you just whack the thing, but
Yeah.
like
It's
for some reason you could hit it perfectly straight and it goes right,
yeah,
just like 90-degree angle. It's annoying.
because you got to take into account like the wind.
The
and I
wind,
never take into
how
account the
you're
wind.
swinging it,
Yeah.
where are your hands,
And you
where are
have
your
like
feet.
You have like 10 clubs to choose from, depending on where you are.
How far do you want to hit it? Yeah, it's all bullshit.
And
which is
like
annoying.
I always used to think like I gotta whip this really hard when I'm driving. You don't have to hit it that hard.
You really don't.
Like as long as you get it like in
Honestly,
the center there, like
yeah.
you're fine.
You could probably hit it like 20% less hard and then hit it further.
Yeah,
Which I don't
No, you're right.
understand why, but
You're right.
that's how that works.
Yeah.
Aaron, there's another thing
Mhm.
I have of yours that I took from you that I would like to share with the audience.
Oh Jesus Christ, no.
And it's information.
Oh no.
And we'll bleep it out. But
Is this
Cassie, can you come here for a
Is
second?
this gonna make me more ladies I'm lonely?
No. It won't make you feel lonely. It'll make you feel insecure.
Oh fuck me.
In like the real sense of insecure.
Read it.
Just read that number.
No. Lucas. You can't talk about that. That's my social security, last 4 digits.
Is it?
Yeah. 4 digits of my social security. We have to beep that out.
We will bleep that out. But ladies and gentlemen, I've tracked down the last 4 digits of Aaron's social security number.
How did you do that?
If you typed in it,
You were watching me?
It's your PIN on your credit card. That was your first mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
changing my PIN.
Don't make your PIN the last 4 digits of your social security number. I think it should be rule number 1.
My mom said that that's what people do.
Don't do that. Your mom, Tracy. I don't know what her name
It's
is.
Elizabeth.
Tracy.
I have an aunt Tracy.
Lizzie, don't do that. Don't do that, Liz.
You know what's really fucking weird? Sorry, Mom. My mom's friends call her Abby.
Why?
I couldn't tell you.
Really? Just her friends?
Just her friends. And so her name is Elizabeth Ann is her middle name. There is no
there's
Abby.
an A.
There's no Abby.
Fern?
But her friends from like high school and college call her Abby. What the fuck? What does that mean?
There's a story you don't know.
There's definitely
For sure.
Yeah.
There's like something happened that she's like, I can't tell my son this.
Yes, probably.
That she's called like what? I'm trying to think of what would go with Abby. Was there a character?
I literally have no idea.
It's something weird, messed up.
I know they had a cat named Abby.
They did.
Yes, my mom had a cat named Abby, but that's even weirder.
Is she weird?
Like my grandparents, from what my mom has told me, they hated when they would call the house and say, "Hey, can I talk to Abby?" They would literally say, "There's no Abby here," or like, "Do you want to talk to the cat?" They hated it so much.
Was she a cat?
So
girl?
I have no idea.
Maybe like, did she really like cats?
I mean, yes, they're your pets.
Well, everybody likes cats, but it like I'm trying to track this out.
She wasn't a cat girl. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I still don't.
Weird.
Mom, let me know. I have no. It makes zero sense to me. Absolutely none. All right, so I think I found us a mascot.
Okay, yeah. What's up?
There's this TikTok that I saw today, and this man in downtown Nashville, he was sitting in a trash can. This homeless man, he was sitting in a trash can, like as if it was a recliner. Like his butt was sitting down in it, right? Like arms and feet dangling outside the trash can. A beer in one hand. So someone gave him a beer.
You saw this.
I saw this. And he's just sitting there in the trash can, laughing up a storm, having a great time. And for all I know, I really think he was taking a poop in there, for sure.
Well, what else is so funny?
He's dying laughing. He's drinking. He's going in and out at the same time. It's really hilarious. He is the perfect
He's a good
mascot for us.
Fern. He is a fern. He's a human fern. He's in his own pot.
Yes. You're right. He's a human fern.
And these are his arms and legs. He's dangling.
Yes. And we don't know what his name is. I guess we need to come up with a mascot name.
Fern.
He's just Fern.
He's Fern.
What up, Fern? So we need to get him. I'm gonna like message the person who made that video.
Justin Fern.
Justin Fern.
Justin Fern. Just One Fern.
Justin, but spelled Juston.
Yes, Just On
Fern. So that's a perfect mascot, I think.
That's a great mascot.
I really want to find him. Like I hope he's still there.
Can we get him on the pod? You think we can get him on? Just give him a beer.
We could do a like on the street interview with him. We could go up to him and be like, "Hey man, we're looking for a mascot. We can't pay you, but
will you sign away all rights to be?
Will you sign away all the rights that you
so
have
we can use your image
this?
For anything we want?
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, Just On, which we have named you now since you've signed the contract. Can you just go poop 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 poop?
Yes, that's all we need.
Poop,
we need that.
Poop 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 poop.
Speaking of cyclones and sirens,
oh yes.
What do you think of time travel?
I thought you were going to talk about the hurricane that just happened.
Henri,
which I've been calling it Henry. I have no idea.
I didn't know it was Henri either.
Henri.
That's why we have Cassie here. She double checks things for us.
Yep. She's amazing at what she does.
Yes.
Get yourselves a Cassie, everybody.
Get yourself a Cassie. I need.
Oh. Hey, buddy, it's okay. It's okay.
Ladies, I've been waiting to have Lucas embrace me during the pod. It's just amazing. This feels so
Don't
good.
worry. For the folks at home, don't worry. This is done professionally. I am wearing a latex glove to not get any of his
grossness. But yeah, what do you think of time travel?
I think that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in a high school.
I agree.
From a boy genius.
Yes, I think so as well. I think he'll have 2 friends that happen to be older than him.
Yes.
One of them is brooding, strong, silent. And the other one is envious of the popular kids.
Oh, he wants it bad.
He definitely likes this blonde chick.
He has a big crush.
Yeah, not Cassie, different blonde chick.
Different blonde chick. I mean, it could be Cassie.
Could be Cassie. I have no idea. I'm not
She's not old enough.
I mean, yeah, she's not in high school yet. Lucas.
Cassie's not in high school? Bad news. I don't know if I can.
Quick. Cut this. Cut this. We're done.
So it sounds like we're describing something.
We are.
What is it?
One of the most amazing movies ever made. Disney Channel original movie.
Minutemen.
With Jason Dolley.
Now, for the history buffs out there, this is not the same Minutemen as in the Revolutionary War.
Correct.
Aaron, you remember, right?
Correct.
Who were the Minutemen?
They're very different. The Minutemen were people that actually worked on Big Ben, and they came over from England. And when they were here, they decided, man, we gotta get more clocks in this goddamn country because they don't have enough. They don't know what time we're fighting. Like during we don't know what time we're fighting. Like some people were late to the last one. It ended up messing with the battle. There weren't enough deaths. So the Minutemen's job was, while they were fighting, to build the clock as quickly as they can before the battle ended, right? And so they would look over, and by the time they finished the clock, if there was still fighting going on, they got a bonus.
Yes.
From the king. They got more money. So that was how they got paid. It was
and it only ever happened 12 times. And
it was they got paid on commission
on
basically. That was kind of what commission was at the time. If you finish the clock, like
and before the battle was
and then
over.
the person who wins the battle, like the MVP, you know how they voted on the MVP after each battle?
Of course.
Yeah, so that MVP gets to take the clock home.
Oh, okay, okay. And then but the Minutemen, they don't get a...
No, they actually never got a clock. They actually specifically hired people that despised clocks.
Oh, so they want to make them fast so they don't have to be with them.
Exactly. That's the whole point. I mean, you're out in that hot field watching people die. I mean, that can't be fun.
Well, you know what? What's good for them is they take turns.
They do take
shooting.
Turns. Yes.
So that's easier.
It's very, very easy.
So that's what Minutemen were in real life.
Yes. Now it's completely different.
Very different now. In this world, the Minutemen save geeks from traumatizing things that happen.
But it backfires.
What happens, Aaron?
The geeks turn on the Minutemen because they don't know who they are. Because the Minutemen are nerds themselves.
Right.
So they don't know.
They don't know. They think that
even though, you know what's crazy? Sorry. Were you about to...
No, they think that the geeks belong in a higher position in the hierarchy.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree, but after seeing...
But what happens? What happens? You have the nerd, and he becomes...
A jock,
and he starts bullying people himself.
Yeah,
and this is what the message of the movie ends up being is that if you are a nerd and you get picked on, let it happen.
Yes, stuff yourself in the locker first before they get to you. It's just going to help you out.
I'm not kidding. That is genuinely what the message of the movie is.
That is the message of the movie.
Because at the end, he has the chance to not be a nerd anymore.
Yeah,
and to not get picked on. And
he doesn't do it.
And the uplifting music comes behind him when he says, "No. I'm going to be a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm going to get picked on."
And what a soundtrack. Allie and AJ, Corbin Bleu. Shout out. That's not his jersey, but
he was
Corbin
in
was in High School Musical.
Directly related.
Yes, directly related. I mean, what a great soundtrack. It was amazing. Yeah. The weirdest part to me about this movie, and this is going to shock some people, is that after the first nerd that they save, right? After he becomes a jock and he streaks with his underwear on. What are you doing? Go big or go home.
Well, I'm
underwear off. Clip that.
Aaron, this for Disney Channel.
Underwear off.
Underwear off. You know what?
Channel 58, Spectrum TV.
What is that?
That's Disney Channel.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Mine was 52. What the fuck are you talking about?
Mine was 190
for those
through
who can't
193.
hear in the mics, Cassie said that hers was channel 52. No, it is 58. Please tell us below. That is another thing we will be fighting about.
I want to see an all-out brawl, and I want underwear off.
Over the channel. Did you have Direct TV, perhaps?
I did, and Direct
was
TV.
Was it Time Warner or was it Spectrum?
Cassie, Spectrum wasn't around back then, so I don't know why you're trying to say that it was. No, he said.
And there was also
Time
171
Warner.
that was HD.
Oh yes,
and then 176 was Boomerang. Like, but those 171 to 176 was awesome. It had like Disney Channel like XD, and it had all those other ones which had Kick in it, which was awesome.
Zeke and Luther.
Zeke and Luther was great. Back to Minutemen though.
Minutemen was great. And you know what? I have to say, underwear off. Be a loser.
Yep.
And you will succeed.
If you could go back in time and change one thing, what would it be?
I would take your underwear off before this interview, and then I'd be like, "Hey, guess what? You're not wearing any underwear." And then
you do it without me knowing.
Without you knowing. And right now you would go, "That's crazy. Why would you say that? That never happened. Do you have underwear on?"
Yeah, I do.
Therefore, I'm not a time traveler.
Yeah,
proven.
So that makes sense. But yeah, I think that I would go back and do one thing specifically.
Stop 9/11. That's wonderful. Well, that's wonderful. Aaron, you are a true American hero.
Was gonna
without any underwear on.
It's like the first thing that someone like invents time travel, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back and like win the lottery and shit." And like someone's like, "Oh, dude, you're gonna like go stop the assassination of JFK or something."
Yeah.
Or like, you're gonna stop 9/11.
You're gonna kill baby Hitler.
You're like, I guess I have to now. Like, I guess I have to. I was gonna use my one trip to maybe get some more money.
Right. Do something good for me.
Yeah. Maybe invent the iPhone first. You know, like go back and figure that out.
The idea is that he already did it.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "Oh wow, so you have one." What did you do? That was amazing. What tragedy do I not know about that you stopped? And then he'd be like, "Well, there were aliens and they killed everybody, so I stopped. That didn't happen." But me having millions of dollars has nothing to do with that.
No, I would. This for real. This is what I would do, and I think this would be so fucking funny if you go back in time, and each time you go back in time, it's just to get in very famous pictures. So like you're just in there, but nobody knows who you are. Like you're not actually going back and changing anything. You're just adding yourself to it. So like there's what are some famous photographs?
Me at Denny's when I was 15. It's a really good one on my Instagram. Check it out.
Were you having moons over my hammy?
What? Moons over my hammy?
Or the Grand Slamwich?
Grand Slamwich for sure.
Delicious. I
famous
do love
pictures.
A good moons
I'm trying
over
to
my
think.
Hammy, though.
Lenin and what's his name? Russia, the Russian Revolution.
Yes, I would be in that.
You'd be in that.
Yeah, I would make sure that I'm in those photos.
What's a
famous Beatles photo? Oh, I would be in the background of the Let It Be cover. Or Abbey Road cover, sorry.
You're in one of the cars.
Yeah. I'm sprinting in the background across. I gotta beat him. I don't know, just all of those like famous old photos that you see in like history books and stuff. I would want to be in those.
Give me the smile.
And then like they're like, wait, 1800. This guy was here, but he's also in this 1950s Korean War photo. How did this happen? Like,
Aaron, what is strange
out of time. Like that's amazing.
Have you seen Keanu Reeves? He's done that already.
He did?
Have you seen all those old photos where he looks exactly the same? No. There's like 1800s like war photos, and it's just Keanu Reeves.
Well, I would like to be Keanu Reeves.
You should.
All right, guys. So that's all we got for you today. We're going to send it over for Matt Frederickson. Our interview with him was amazing. Make sure you listen to it. Go listen to his new song, Vacancy. For us, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and follow on all social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We're going to be posting a lot about this because, Lucas and I are together. We have some videos. We'll talk about our chicken nuggets. We'll post that. We have to do our pizza thing. There's just a bunch of stuff that we have to do. So make sure you're up to date on all of that. And thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. All right, so today we have Matt Frederickson on. Did I pronounce that right?
You did?
Oh, hell yes. I knew I would.
It's a very unmarketable name. Or
Yeah.
it's very hard to spell and terrible.
Yes, it's very hard to spell, but I feel like, do people mispronounce it often? Or
They
is
don't
it...
mispronounce it. They just usually toss an O at the end or something like that.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
And then
I get over it.
All right, yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.
So we, of course, want to have you on because today your new single "Vacancy" dropped.
It did. Yeah.
How has the response been so far within the 24-hour first drop period?
It has been awesome. A lot of my friends sharing, a lot of family sharing, but then which that always comes with the territory. But
Yeah,
also some
yeah.
other like random people
Oh,
coming
good.
in,
Okay.
reaching out to me,
Yeah.
which is always comforting and stuff. But
Yeah,
at this point, it's more of like just a relief of like having all the content out before it. You know what I mean?
yes, yeah.
You know this. Well, you guys do music and stuff, so
Yeah.
you understand how much it's important to do the whole pre-save thing
Yep.
and like that.
Yeah.
So now that that's
Marketing.
all done with, it's just like, all
Yeah.
right, now
Yeah.
let's see like what it's actually. This is the actual fun part, you know.
Yeah.
So
Marketing can be such a pain in the ass, honestly. Like, it's just so daunting of a task to like market your own stuff when you're
I understand why
independent
they
artist.
hire people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
yeah.
People don't want it to be. That's especially why like the pre-save campaign stuff sucks so much. Because like you said, you don't get much response at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really hard to explain pre-saving people and like why it's significant if they're not musicians and like
Yeah.
explain to grandma over the phone how to go through
Yeah.
the link tree in my
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
It's like
I think it's hilarious that like it shows how lazy people are because when they go to like a pre-save link, they have to like log into their Spotify or like relog
and
in.
that's just a step
And they
too
just
far.
they stop. They're like, no, I draw the line there.
Yeah,
I can't go
yeah.
any farther than that.
Yeah.
But your song, let's talk about the actual music itself.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We were jamming out to it this
Yeah.
morning on the ride here.
Oh.
It was great. So tell me about the production and writing process of this song. When did it start? How did you get to this point?
Totally. So I had, first of all, the dudes I wrote it with, they usually do a lot of like track writing.
Okay.
So the guy will be the producer. He comes in, writes the track, and then we write over top of it with him.
Gotcha.
This one I had written the chorus out, basically the rough structure of the chorus, and I was like, this would probably sound good in a pop field of things, which
Yeah.
I don't usually do as much. I usually stick to like indie rock, country type things.
Okay. Yeah.
But I brought it into him, and he loved it, and we wrote the song to a piano with. First of all, his name is Taylor Biley, and then he brought in awesome piano player, awesome musician, artist. He has the band. It's called Your Best Friend's Favorite Band.
Okay.
Is the actual
I like
name
that
of the
a lot,
band,
yeah.
which
I like
is
I like that.
super fun. But his name is Sam Kelly Cohen.
Okay.
And so we all sat down, wrote together acoustically on his piano and my acoustic guitar. And then Taylor just made a track for it, sent it my way. I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Nice.
And
yeah.
he's like,
sick.
yeah, do you want to sing it? I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been
nice.
a while. It's been a while since
Nice.
I've done anything. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how it came about. And then just brought in a couple other guys throughout. Jason Lane helped out with a few tweaks here and there. And Taylor ended up co-producing it with Lucas Scott, who
Okay.
they do a ton of stuff through Homeward Productions is the name of it. And a lot of names. A lot of
Okay,
names.
yeah,
See, this
yeah.
is
It's
also
good.
the
You
part
got-
of it
yeah.
that's like,
yeah. Dude,
but
collaboration.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
important.
That's music, baby.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Lucas Scott and Taylor ended up being the final producers on it, and I think they did a killer job.
Nice. Well, yeah, they definitely did. It was incredible. Do you think that, like, kind of,
Super pro.
yeah, in the realm of co-writing with
Mhm.
other people, do you find yourself doing better or making, I guess not better songs, but like, do you find yourself more productive and coming up with more things as a group or by yourself?
To be honest with you, I would say 80% of the time I like writing by myself,
Mhm.
but the other 20% I do because of Nashville, and that's
Yeah.
just how things work. And I've gotten a lot better with co-writing.
Yeah.
And I think for different projects, co-writing is necessary. Like this one, I mean, you write into a track, and it's kind of in a different field of things, so it's necessary to do that. Especially
Yeah,
on like a pop
yeah.
song too. It's like pop songs are
Yeah.
so melodically structured and so
Yeah.
Yep.
like specific in certain points. So it's like sometimes it's not even the lyric that needs tweaking, but someone just needs to whistle something in the corner, and it's like, okay, that's why
Yeah.
you're here. That sounded good.
Yeah.
Let's go with
Yeah.
it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Nice.
kind of where I'm at. With
Is it
it.
a different skill, you think, than like writing by yourself?
I do. I think there's a lot more sacrifice that goes with co-writing.
Yeah,
but
compromise.
Yeah,
for
compromise.
sure.
Great. Yep,
Yeah.
great word for that. Yep. But it's a good kind of compromise a lot of the
Right.
times. But sometimes it's a bad kind of compromise. Sometimes it's like, hey, that ruined the song, but hey, you're cutting it, so whatever. But if you bring in an extra penny in the room, it's gonna change things, but for the better. And I think it's usually for the better. But you guys do co-write a lot.
I have only co-written maybe like once or twice. Like I
so
rarely
jealous of
do
you.
it. I want to do more because I want more experience like that because I do feel like it's very important, especially in Nashville, like you said.
Yeah.
But I just haven't had the opportunities yet or given myself the time to do it yet. But
It's also hard. It's hard to like find the like humility to do it sometimes. I don't know, because I've
And
like
the
wrote
right
by
people to
myself for
mesh
so
with.
long. Yeah, and then try to like, I don't know, have somebody say, I don't like that very much. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't like
That's
it?
my idea. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, I feel like sometimes if I rap it myself, I tend to write myself into the same genre or like the same couple genres, whereas
Yeah.
just having that extra head in the room, kind of helps you branch out in that way.
Do you think that played a huge role in this Vacancy song?
This, definitely.
Because it is more pop than you said you normally do.
It is. I knew it was gonna be more pop from the chorus because I wrote a pretty cadenced chorus, so I knew it was gonna go into that direction. And then they brought in Sam, who's from your best friend's favorite band, and he's got that super Bieber fluttery voice. Like he can just go up and like just do a run like it's no one's business. And I'm like, okay. So even having that vocal in the room tends to lead it towards that pop direction, which is just naturally. So it like organically went that way, which I like. But there's also elements of this song that kind of tend to duck into other corners too. Like they got a little guitar slide in there.
Yeah.
They got, they even, so that would kind of bring it more towards like the countryside things. But then they also have like this EDM drop going too.
Yeah. We noticed that we were like, we were saying that when we were listening to it, that at the beginning we were like, oh, this is like a country / pop song. And then the chorus came in and I was like, whoa, where'd that beat come from? That came out of nowhere.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of,
No, it's cool.
I like that.
Cool.
It's definitely out of my
sure.
comfort zone, but I've gotten comfortable with it. And I think it's nice. I think it helps bring in different audiences. So
yeah, I think your voice sit well in that song too, in that style of.
Thank you.
I think it was a great mesh of all the things coming together. But do you think that this is a genre or style that you're going to be doing moving forward, or is this just kind of a one-off project that you did?
Well, I will definitely visit them again and do another project just for fun or whatever. But mainly, like my end goal is to be a staff songwriter.
Okay.
So,
okay, cool.
I think that this is kind of not a one-off, but like definitely like just a song to show this is a kind of pop song I can write.
Gotcha.
And then I had this EP coming out soon that I'm working on that might blend a little bit more into my genres, which country, rock, indie. So I'm basically gonna have a few releases coming out to kind of show that as like a resume. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're building up that catalog. Yeah, that's important.
Really.
Plus, it's been a few years since I've released music, so I thought this one would be like a good standalone project to like dip my toes and be like, hey, world, I still exist. Before I actually roll out like a set project.
Yeah, no, it's very smart. It's a very tasteful like set piece to like put out there, for
that's
people
what I
to
tell
listen to.
myself. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
nice to hear it coming from
Yeah, no, it sounds great. That's a song
That's
that
so
you can
smart.
and people sometimes will get offended by this, but I always try to take it as a compliment. That is a radio style song that you could throw on and people will enjoy it. Like it's just, it's not too complex where some people won't understand all the little, things that are happening in it. But it's also not just like thrown together in 2 seconds. Like it's well thought out.
I think it's very in the pocket, simple, just easy, and I appreciate that take on that, man.
No problem.
Thank you.
So writers rounds is like huge in Nashville. Obviously, I feel like if you are a songwriter, you have to do writers rounds. What is your opinion on that kind of culture in Nashville of like having to do those, or do you find yourself getting kind of bored with them, or what's your thoughts on those?
I think it kind of depends on the round. I do them a lot, and a lot of them are fun, and a lot of them are cool to like experiment on new songs with.
Okay.
And like the audience and the other people up on stage with you understand that like this is your new baby, so that respect is there, which is cool. Sometimes I feel like
awesome
because I've done like Broadway gigs and stuff, and I'll do it's like mainly cover sets, but then you throw
Yeah.
an original out there, and they're like, okay, cool, play Luke Holmes again, you know.
Yeah.
So in a writer's round, people know it's original music and that staple is on it, so the respect is there. But then it also just depends on the writer's round. I feel like some of them, you go and the people are there just to network, so they'll get off stage, and then they'll just go and mingle, and no one
Yeah.
will actually be listening. But then other ones, like obviously, like Listening Room or like Third and Lindsley, those kind of rounds,
Yeah.
people are like very like they paid to see you, so
Yeah.
they're gonna listen, you know.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
they're no, I think they're a good thing for songwriting in Nashville, and I feel like more towns than just Nashville should do it.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
there's so many like big cities that have so many talented artists and writers and everything, but
Yeah.
you don't see writers rounds pop up in other cities, or at least I haven't.
No,
I mean,
I said on one of our previous episodes, I had never heard of a writer's round until I moved here.
yeah.
Never. And I mean,
Yeah, I
I
didn't
lived
know
in New
about
York
it.
City for a summer and never once heard of something like this. It was crazy.
Well, it's so smart
Yeah.
too, because you have 3 or 4 people on stage and they have their 10 folks that they brought, and that's over in a half hour. So
Yeah.
that's like a good way to pack a venue and stuff.
Yeah. It's very smart. I mean, it's brilliant, especially to get exposure, like, and network with other people and writers. Like, no wonder the culture of writing together and like co-writing is so big here, because
Right.
there's just always writers rounds of people meeting each other.
But it's so
That-
surprising to me that like you said, like other cities don't have these things, and it must be that they don't have the same kind of respect for writing. I think something about Nashville, like it's about being a writer, and it's about
Yeah.
like saying your story and like all these things. Where I feel like other cities, like New York or I don't know, like Atlanta, it's like about where you're from versus like who you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Which is different. And I think they could adopt like a songwriting thing.
There's definitely the bones of songwriting and like everything that goes on in this town. But there's obviously songwriting because songs are written.
Yeah.
When you're in New York, but like there's just
Yeah.
that culture is interweaved in ways that you sometimes you don't even see, but it's just there,
Yeah.
which is spooky. But
Yeah.
definitely a thing.
Yeah. So, kind of talking about your career and your path of in music, what would you say is like your biggest defining moment that you've had to this date that keeps you like pushing forward, like to your next goal? Like, what is the biggest thing that hit you and you're like, this is, what I'm made to do? You know?
Yeah, I could do something with this maybe.
Oh man. I think the first moment I actually felt like, hey, music might work, was so I was doing biology in Minnesota for like 3 years.
Oh,
I was gonna
wow.
I was gonna be an oral surgeon,
Oh my God.
and I had
That's crazy.
So coming down here and being a broke bartender musician is really really reassuring.
Yeah.
But no, I always like did music and guitar and wrote some little stuff on the side. But like 3 years in, there's a study abroad program that was in Nashville called CMC, the Contemporary Music Center. And my parents were like, why don't you just go do that for a semester? Go
Yeah.
study abroad in the country. It's not very abroad,
Yeah.
but just go
Yeah.
try it. And I was like, all right, cool. Came down here and it was an awesome experience. And we started doing like full band production and everything and writing with the band and then performing with the band. And I remember like the first night of actually playing a band come in behind me with like bass and drums, just being like, whoa, that felt cool. And then the
Yeah.
audience liking it too. I was like, wow, that energy is what you go for
Yeah.
as a musician, as an artist, but then also as a songwriter. As a songwriter, when you come across a certain line or a lyric that just falls into place naturally or it just hits, it's
Yeah.
like you get that same kind of euphoria.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think as a writer, that's always what I'm hunting for. It's just that feeling of like the line just clicking and working and like listening back to it later that day and being
Yeah.
like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, obviously with people, like if they want to cut your songs and like the stats that come with that and then looking at your streams or whatever, that's all fun, but that's not what keeps it going for me.
Yeah.
It's that it's the creative process of
yeah.
it that,
You have to love what you're doing.
Yeah.
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 If you're gonna quit a well-paying job and like you know,
You're gonna not be an oral surgeon.
Yeah.
maybe.
right,
No.
Yeah.
you gotta love it. You gotta love
I
it.
did finish off that degree as to fall back on.
Okay,
but
so you do have it.
I,
That's good to know.
I'm never gonna fall back on it now.
Yeah.
But
Which I think is good because
Yeah.
I mean,
you're doing what you love.
you should be
know?
doing you should be doing what you love and
Yeah.
also an oral surgeon.
Yeah.
That's got to be just as stressful as being an independent musician. Like they're about equal.
Did you move here like immediately after you graduated, or?
So well, actually, so that was at Bethel University in Minnesota, and then I came down did that semester, and then I just transferred to Trevecca here.
Okay.
So I finished off the
nice.
biology degree there and added on a songwriting degree and a music business minor. So I think I did 5 years of school, and then immediately after that, I was just down here and then doing the whole same scene I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Just doing the music thing until my bartending career takes off.
Yeah.
But
what's your favorite drink?
So my girlfriend, she drinks Jameson because she's Irish.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So that's usually what I go to. But I mean, I like craft beers and stuff because I've done the whole craft bartending scene. Yeah. So I feel like I like IPAs and
those are good.
IPAs, the shot Jameson on the side. That's
fine.
Oh
yeah.
That's the way to go.
I'm with you, man.
That's a Friday night. I might do that tonight. Jameson and a beer. Do you have any like shows coming up to like for this release for Vacancy?
I actually don't, and that is now I'm panicking. No, I took a break from doing writers round for like the past month or two because I have these projects coming out. So yeah, that's definitely a side of it I should be scrambling on again. But it's good to take breaks from shows and writers rounds because as much as I love it, like I said, sometimes the energy is kind of or wears off on you. So sometimes you gotta get away from something to like it again. Yeah. So that is probably what I'll be doing these next month or two is getting that kind of side of things back and going again.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes you need that time in the studio. You need time to write. You need time to work on other things, than performing. And I mean, it's been a long time. You've been performing all summer, but like, it's been a long time since I performed. So like,
I'll tell you what, I'm happy I'm getting a little bit of a break now.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's too much sometimes,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And like we were talking when you were walking in about, the change from COVID to now, it was kind of like 0 to 100 really quickly, at least here. It was just like, boom, now you can go play out and go like play your music. And it was so quick. Did you find yourself all of a sudden being thrown into that where you just had too much?
Oh yeah, it was tons of rounds, and like even like the little gigs on Broadway were coming up a ton. And also what I saw a lot was, and you guys probably did too, was when people started like saying, yes, I'm gonna be there and doing things, then the laziness of COVID or quarantining was like it was hard for people to actually commit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, that's happening to me.
So it was a lot of fill-in spots. It was like, hey, can you play? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a shift in mentality, you know.
There's so many times when I was like someone would be like, hey, come do this or come to this show or like, and I'd be like, no, I'm good. And I totally could have. Like, there was no excuse to not go. I was just like, I'm used to being alone now. I don't know if I can do
I've
this.
been working on this like compression, my couch before my butt is. I don't want to let that go. I don't know if I want to stop working.
I built a bond with my couch. I can't leave it. But do you have any, as a writer, and given how Nashville is right now, it's mostly writers, I feel like it's an extreme amount of writers comparatively to other cities. Do you have any like ideas or like things you wish there would be more of for writers in Nashville to get it more exposure? Do you think that there's enough spots to do that?
Well, I think stuff like this, I think there should be more of this kind of stuff. And like, I mean, even on on the writer side of things, I feel like a lot of times all they have is networking through a lot of writers rounds. I mean, there is like some like NSAI is really good for networking and like going to like little conventions and I guess like speed dating for writing and stuff. But besides NSAI, there's not. I feel like there isn't a ton of outlets for like. To answer, yes, there's not a ton of outlets. But
I feel like that's what I was thinking when we were, talking about stuff to talk with you about. It's like you're a writer and you're writing all the time, but I feel like besides rounds, I don't know what else there is to really get that exposure out there. I mean, that's kind of why we started this show anyway, was to talk to independent musicians and give them exposure out there. Because it's like, obviously you watch big podcasts and they just have big people on. It's like, well,
we're already famous.
People need a platform to talk. People need a platform, no matter how big or small it is, to talk about their art, and that's important. because the way that you love an art and you become a fan is through learning about that person. So
Yeah.
I think it's fun and it's, important. So
It seems like the only platform is just either doing the writers rounds or the writing itself is the platform in this town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the word of mouth of, hey, I wrote with this person, that person, the other, but which is cool. But something set in stone would be.
That would be very nice.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sometimes word of mouth sucks.
Yes, that's for sure.
So do you think it's harder for songwriters in Nashville to get found because there's so many like congregated here, or do you think it's easier because people are actually looking for songwriters?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's hard in Nashville because there are so many songwriters, but there's also like a lot of like bad songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of like weeds to shift through,
Yeah.
which is like, I mean, but they're going to get better as they write and everything and all that. But like, I'll go to writers rounds and people just, without even hearing me play, they'll be like, hey, you're playing tonight. Great. We want to write sometime. I'm like, you don't even know if I'm, I might be awful. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that too. There's a lot of forced writings and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think once you meet your right people and, you get your connection to the right rounds, you start to, the scene starts to narrow down significantly.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, that's the whole networking side of things that you need to do so that you can find the right people.
Yeah.
To put you in that category.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Right.
I feel like sometimes you end up, like you said, you end up networking with people that maybe you don't necessarily want to write with, or maybe you already know, like just from meeting the person, you're like, I don't think we would vibe in a room writing songs together. And it's tough because everyone is just really looking to better themselves. I don't feel like there are people that have there are some, but not a lot that have bad intentions with writing and, working with other people. But I mean, sometimes you just like, I just wouldn't mesh with you. And I think that's an okay thing to say, but some people feel, like, weird saying that.
It's so hard to say because people come up and I'll hear them play that night and they'll be like, hey, loved your stuff. Do you want to write? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't think we should.
Yeah.
But like, not in like a, do you sound terrible? But like, I don't think that we would write. But I don't really say that. I usually just say yes because it'll bring me out of my comfort zone. Yeah. And that would make me a better writer to write with someone that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but doesn't mean you don't have that thought where you're like, or maybe you're right in the end. Like you get together and then you're like, I knew this wasn't going to be a thing, but it's good that we tried. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it works out. It's like, wow, this definitely should have been a thing, but it is, and we got a cool song out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna do a little game here to kind of close things off. So we have this game. It's called Alternate Song Titles. So we have a few songs that we have written down, and we wrote an alternate song title to it, and you have to guess what the song title actually is.
Oh, this is gonna show how uncultured I am.
Based on what that is. So we'll save this one.
We'll do that one last.
Later,
we'll do that one last. Do you want to go from the bottom up, maybe?
I kind of want to let's do this one first.
Okay.
All right. So, the poultry burned in oil.
The poultry burned in oil. It just sounds like a fire in a field. Am I so close to what the actual?
No, it's not at all.
So, so let's do this as an example. So, like,
okay, yeah.
The poultry burned in oil. It's another way to say chicken fried.
That is, yeah. Of course, it's chicken fried,
right?
Yes.
So do you see
I
how
love
it works?
it. No, it's a great riddle, but that's so fun to be on your side and be like, oh no, he's so close.
I know.
Yeah.
We were like
the poultry fried. What'd you say?
Poultry burned in oil.
Yeah, I totally just thought like a fire and like like a farmhouse on fire.
Well,
but chicken fried is so obviously it.
Yeah, at first I was like, maybe I didn't. Did I say poultry? Like I didn't know. I didn't know if we got the chicken part.
No, that's good. I'm gonna get none of these. Perfect.
No, you can get some.
It's fun. It's fun.
No, it is. Yeah.
Let's do this one. You go ahead.
Okay. A silhouette belonging to thou.
Okay, your own shadow.
It is a pop song.
It is a pop song.
A very famous pop song. I love that you did the motion.
Oh, Shape of You.
Yes,
thank you. I needed the hint. Thank you.
That's good.
Okay.
That was good. That was great. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe I need hints on all of them.
We'll mime genre. at
Yeah,
least.
mime it. Yeah, great.
All right. So this
Also,
one
that was
is
weird how comfortable you were with that motion. That was
Yeah.
Should we-
guess weird.
what?
I get a lot of practice.
Okay.
That's a lie. All right. So this one is prior to your husband's adultery.
Oh, before he cheats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well
Phew.
done. We didn't even do any.
That was great.
That was good.
Thanks.
That was good. All right. Whichever one you want next.
Okay. No, I made up this one, and I'm very unsure as whether anybody would get
I
it.
can't even. I wouldn't. Be able
Okay.
to get this one.
It is what makes the summer pumpkin sweet. The thing that makes the summer pumpkin sweet.
Okay, well, cinnamon, right? That's what goes in like pumpkin pie and stuff.
No, so think of like a summer pumpkin. So it's not a pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
What would be the summer pumpkin?
Oh, I see. Okay.
What makes it sweet?
Squash.
That's exactly what
That's
I
what it
thought.
should be.
It's not-
Summer
That's what it should
pumpkin.
be.
Water-
It's also a
Watermelon.
very famous pop song.
Is it watermelon? Something with is that new
Mhm.
Justin Bieber song? What's that called?
You're very-
Peaches in Georgia. Georgia.
No,
peaches.
you were closer
before.
You were closer
Watermelon sugar. Something.
Yeah.
Is that what it
That's
is?
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Watermelon
Okay.
sugar.
Okay.
before. Harry Styles.
Yeah.
That
Shout
is a
out.
summer pumpkin. That makes that's big.
It's too
It's a bi-
abstract.
it's-
It's way too
I
abstract.
said to him, I was like, I don't think I could get this.
I
This
thought
is-
immediately to pumpkin pie. Not even taking the summer note.
It makes more sense, I think.
All right, we
No, that
got
was good. I like.
we
that.
got three more. So first to third, I don't know, third to last one. In the time that has elapsed while you were away.
Early 2000s pop.
Yes.
Oh man, I should get that then. Oh, Kelly Clarkson. Come on, since you've been gone.
Yes,
All right.
let's
Yeah,
go.
great,
He's
yeah.
got
I
it.
like it how I'm getting all the girl ones, the chick bangers.
Yeah, they're- I mean,
I got a soft spot.
You
Sorry.
might.
best. They are
Yeah,
the
clearly you
best.
have a favorite.
I do
Shout out.
writing those kind of songs better too. So that's
That makes sense. That checks out. That
Yeah.
totally checks out.
are we actually doing this last one here?
It doesn't make sense.
This one doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any
I
sense.
wonder.
I'll say it again. Well, I'm doing all the weird ones, so
Yeah.
I'll do it. This is about around 2010 pop song. Hello, apparition of my heavenly being.
Heavenly sibling.
Heavenly sibling.
Hello, apparition.
Hello,
of my heavenly
apparition of my heavenly sibling.
oh, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
Oh man, I thought hello, 2010.
Around 2010.
Around 2010.
Yeah.
The band is a mode of transportation.
Yes.
Oh, when you tell
This
me,
was
it's
really
gonna kill me.
You singing it?
Oh.
That's terrible.
I didn't say.
That just threw me more off.
Yeah.
That's worse. Just tell me, it's
It's
gonna.
Hey Soul Sister.
Oh,
That was, I mean.
oh, I love that one though.
Oh, you like
It's a
that
great
one?
one,
yeah,
right?
yeah. that
Not
was
when
a
I
good
sing
one.
it, but when
No.
Train sings it, it's a lot
good.
No,
better.
It's a
that was a
train
good
song.
hint. I should have gotten that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Train. Too.
Okay, so this is our best one.
This is our last one. Yep.
You go ahead.
All right. It is an open room at a hotel.
Oh, it's what's that stupid song that guy came out with? Vacancy or something?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it.
go.
that's a
Well
great.
done.
That's a great
the
plug
one.
at the end. That's so.
You got almost all of them. The only one you what one did you not get? Chicken fried. That was the first one. And Hey Soul Sister.
Right, right.
That's it. Every other one.
All the hints I came up with.
Yeah,
That's on
but
me.
that
That
That's on
sounds
me.
like about 70% average.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
good. You
C
passed.
average, C minus, baby.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, make sure that everyone go. Everyone go follow Matt Fred Music on Instagram. Go stream Vacancy. It's on all platforms. Correct.
All of them. Yep.
Anything else you would like to plug real quick before we peace
No,
out?
thanks for having me out. Thanks for all the support I'm getting on the song. Thank you for making opportunities like this to come in and talk. And
Of course. Hey, we really
Absolutely.
appreciate you coming in, man. We love the song. We'll be jamming to it all fall. So thank you so much for coming in and for the time.
appreciate you guys. Thanks.
See ya.